Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Hey, we're back at it with a French oak and a Hazmat. Yes, French oak and Hazmat. So, if you know me, you know I love oak first and foremost, and I love a good French oak as long as it's good. And I, of course, obviously love Hazmat as well most of the time, as long as it's not too bad. But I'm excited, honestly. I mean, when I think about Barrel has obviously so many different releases, but these to me were two that honestly really got me excited when I heard they were coming out. And thank you again to Barrel for sending over these samples, right? So again, a French oak, brand new release, and a triple cask rum finish that is Hazmat. So am I excited? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, so let's dive into these brand new two releases that literally came out like in the last, let's call it like, 3 to 5 weeks, right? To the last month almost, if you will. So I'm really excited for these two. Obviously we got Hazmat here, so we're gonna save Hazmat to the end. Let's go ahead and start with the French oak, and I'm gonna give both of these their own verdict. And at the end, I'm gonna tell you between the two which one I would buy if you could only buy one, right? So I'm gonna give you a third judgment. So each one individually, plus if you could only buy one, I'm gonna tell you which one to grab. Fair? All right. So we're going to start with the French oak because it's only 108.5 proof. We're going to end off with the Hazmat. All right. So what do we know about this one, Judge? And by the way, I poured both of these, let them air out. I think whenever you have like a new bottle or something that you're trying for the first time, you always want to let it air out for a little bit. So what do we know, Judge, about the French oak? So this one itself is aged 12 years. So it's aged 12 years. The original, obviously, whiskey itself was distilled in Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee, and Wyoming, right? So it's distilled in those 4 different states. And then, of course, it moved over to the French oak barrels. What we don't know, unfortunately, we do not know how long did the whiskey stay in those new French oak barrels. That's the part we unfortunately do not know. We don't know how long it stayed in the French oak barrels, unfortunately. But again, we do know, again, age 12 years. And the final proof on this one is 108.5 proof. So 108.5 proof. All right. 108.5 proof, age 12 years. Oh man, I'm a big fan. Normally I'm a big fan of both Hazmat, again, as I said earlier, as well as French oak. So be very interesting to see how these two are. All right, so Judge, what is the MSRP on this bad boy? So MSRP is $160, which if you think about it, age 12 years, the whole $10 per year, that should technically be like $120, $130, $140. It's a little bit higher than the, I guess, like the estimated range from a price standpoint, but not horrible though, right? 12 years, $160. Not bad. Oh man, the nose on this is nice though. Very nice. So what I love about, man, I love that. What I love about French oak to me is very much, think of like milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and then just like a little smidge of like cinnamon, kind of like that gives it like a little bit of spice, right? It's sweet, but it has that dark chocolate note, but then it also has like that little bit of that cinnamon note. When I think of a standard double oak, meaning like the secondary oak is not French, but let's call it like, American oak, if you will. To me, that's more of like a toasted kind of a finish, if you will, where it might be a little bit more like naturally like just sweet, maybe a little bit more like kind of like a brown sugar. Where with a French oak, it's very deep, very bold, very like milk chocolate meets dark chocolate with like that spiciness of some cinnamon as well. That's what I love about French oak. So the nose on this is pretty damn good, honestly. Oh man, this is nice. You definitely get like that milk dark chocolate note. You get that cinnamon note as well. But it's very fruity at the same time. Again, they're using whiskey that was distilled in 4 different places, right? Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana, as well as Wyoming. So you also get some fruit in here as well, which I like. Oh my goodness. The nose, so far the nose on this is absolutely insane. All right, here we go. Real quick, 3 quick easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Let me know what are your thoughts on the brand new Barrel age 12 years French oak release. If you've tried it, let me know your thoughts. And last but not least, please make sure you all subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notification each and every time I release new content. Cool? All right, here we go. Cheers. Cheers to Barrel. Ooh. Mm. Mm-hmm. That's nice. That is Wow. What is 108? 108.5 proof. Very nice. Nicely done. Very rich, very creamy. I would say the mid end of the palate, more milk chocolate than dark chocolate, but like that cinnamon / spice kind of pepper note, that's there as well all throughout. The fruit notes, they slowly kind of fade away a little bit toward the middle, the end of the palate. You still get like that apple pear kind of a note, but it slowly fades away. To me, this is a lot more milk chocolate that's barely touched by dark chocolate and cinnamon. Let me get a little bit more. Oh man, that's nice though. This is really nice. Wow, this is nice. This is pretty nice. I can't lie. Oh man, this is really nice. Cheers. It's a lot more milk chocolate with just a very soft touch of dark chocolate, cinnamon, pepper, and the fruit notes. They're still there, but it slowly fades away. At 108.5, it's there and it kind of remains, and then again, it slowly kind of fades away toward the end. But that is a damn good pour. I actually want more of it right now. I really do. But you know what? I'm a big fan of cigars, and I can guarantee you this will go very well with the cigar. Oh my goodness! All right, love the label by the way too. Not bad, not bad. All right, barrel bourbon coming through. I like it. Well, there's a little drop here. Let me go ahead and finish this. That would be very uncivilized to leave good whiskey in the glass. I like that a lot. Very nice. All right. Let's go ahead and clear the palate real quick. Cleanse the palate. All right. Next, boy. Woo! We have a beast. This is a triple rum cask whiskey. Yes, and notice I did say whiskey, not bourbon. The reason why is the mash bill, or the whiskey where it's distilled from. It was sourced from Indiana, Tennessee, and Canada. So it truly is a whiskey. It's not bourbon. It is a Hazmat triple rum cask finish whiskey. Yes, indeed. And the cool thing about it is the triple cask, it's all rum. So it's rum coming from 3 different places. So ex-rum barrels from Jamaica, from Barbados, and St. Lucia. So Jamaica, Barbados, and St. Lucia. So all rum barrels from those 3 different places. Again, the whiskey was distilled, again, originally in Indiana, Tennessee, and Canada. Unfortunately, what we don't know is how long did the whiskey spend in those rum barrels. That part, unfortunately, we do not know. And then from an age standpoint, we don't have the exact age breakdown, but we do know is that, as Beryl mentioned, a good portion of this whiskey was aged up to 25 years. So obviously there's a lot of older Canadian whiskey that's out there. But they're saying that a lot of the whiskey in here was aged up to 25 years. We just don't, unfortunately, don't have a breakdown exactly. That's the only rub. All right. But again, this is Hazmat, so I'm definitely a little concerned. Coming in at 142.24. Don't forget the 24. 142.24. Oh my goodness. Oh man, this is straight fire. Jeez. Let's get into the nose. Ooh, very fruity. Which makes sense, right? I mean, it is a rum finish. So with rum, a lot of times you get that, you do get fruit sometimes, like with the rum, but you also get like that sugar cane kind of a note as well with a rum finished whiskey. Oh man, this is nice though. Very citrusy, almost like an orange peel kind of a note. Orange peel meets like some baking spices. Meets like a ton of like honey as well. That sugarcane note. Wow, this is nice. This is cool though. I like it. Oh, you get that rum a lot. I like it, some of the fruit in there as well. Very fruity. Oh man, 142.24. Oh boy, here we go. Before I dive into this, I need to take a break. I gotta take it all in. Judge, what is the MSRP? Now, the MSRP on this bad boy, it is $200. Yes, $200. Hey, it is what it is, right? It's a $200 MSRP. But again, Beryl is telling us that a good portion of this whiskey was aged up to 25 years. So, I mean, from that standpoint, if the majority of it is aged 25 years, then I guess the $200 price point potentially, and hear me again, potentially would justify it. We just don't, unfortunately, do not have the exact breakdown of how much of the whiskey in here is exactly 25 years. That's the rub. All right, here we go. It is a triple cask finish. Hazmat 142.24. You can tell I'm a little nervous, just a smidge. Cheers. Woo! Shit! That is powerful. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Wow. Oh wow. That is bold. That's definitely Hazmat. Oh man. Woo, sinuses are cleared out. Everything is checking out. Oh my goodness. Let me go back and nose it one more time now that my sinuses are definitely clear. Oh my goodness. This actually has, funny enough, all jokes aside, this has a lot more. It has a lot more. What is that in the background? It's almost like, it's like a floral note almost in a way. It's almost like a floral flower kind of a note, if you will. Yeah, it's like a very floral, flowery kind of a note. Let me get one more little sip. Oh my goodness, 142.24. Jeez. I'm gonna actually add a drop of water too, just to see how much this changes with water, because I think that's really important. That's powerful. That's very, very powerful. Goodness gracious. That's 142. I would say it almost sips like it's 152. I know a lot of people out there though that love Hazmat. So for them, they're gonna love this, especially if you like a rum finish. I'm gonna add a little bit more to this just so that there's some substance to it. And then I'm gonna add just a drop of water to see how much does it change with just a drop of water. This is important to do. I would say, at least for me, I don't normally add a lot of, actually, I never really add water to whiskey, first and foremost. The only exception is, honestly, if it's Hazmat, then I'll do it. Something like 108, 120, 125, never. But in this case, I'm going to add let me get another little half of a drop. Just a small drop. Just a little bit. There we go. All right. Put the rest on the ground there. Let's see how much this changes when you add just a couple drops of water in. So again, 142 originally. I just proofed it down. I don't have the exact number, obviously. I would guess maybe like in the high 120s, like 125, 128. Let's just see how different it is with a few drops of water. Could be better, could be worse, could be maybe slightly about the same. We shall see. All right. Cheers. I will say though, on the nose, wow. A lot more fruit. Almost more like where I had more citrusy, like orange peel and orange. This is orange, apple, almost even like a grapefruit kind of a note, if you will. A lot more citrusy and a lot more fruity. All right, cheers. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so much better. Damn. That's like, I'm not joking. That's like 10 times better with a few drops of water than sipping it neat. Wow, folks, we're going to have some very interesting judgments today. All right, I'm going to give you a couple judgments. Let me break it down. That's so much more enjoyable. It's honestly a fruit explosion. Even more so when you add a few drops of water. It really opens it up tons. So much. I'm actually going to finish this because this is really good. Oh, wow. With a few drops of water. Wow, this reminds me, honestly, of some of the Found North whiskeys that's out there, right? It really does. Without the water, it's too much. All right. So let's give a couple different judgments. So Judge, this bottle here, the Hazmat triple rum cask finish, is a buy, a do not buy, or a split decision. I would say, honestly, if you want to sip this neat, for me personally, I personally feel sipping it neat, I actually would honestly give it a do not buy. It's flipping hot. I'm telling you, sipping this neat, it sips closer to 152. Literally, like I could just take it and pour it in my damn car. It is hot. However, and there's a huge however, when you add a few drops of water like I just did earlier, it opens it up and sky is the limit. At that point, when you add a few drops of water, it reminds me it's very Found North-ish, right? As we know, Found North uses a lot of different Canadian whiskey, obviously older age statements, 18, 20, this one's up to 25 years. And they even do some finishes in some of their products as well, right? It's not exactly Found North, but it definitely reminds me a lot more of Found North. So when you add a few drops of water in, it actually goes from being a do not buy to an hell yes, a definite buy. And now we're moving over to our third judgment, which is our lovely French oak. To me, hands down, this is absolutely fantastic. I would say it's probably the best release from barrel bourbon that they put out in a long time. For me, that is a definite buy. And honestly, if you're only going to buy one, right? If you're only going to buy one, I get it. 160 versus 200. If you're only going to buy one, for me personally, I would go with this. They did this very, very well. This is one I will be finishing extremely, extremely quick. Probably tonight with a cigar. Absolutely amazing. That is the better of the two, and that is the one you should definitely run out and grab, and I would say grab it quick. That is hell yes good. Amazing. All right, my friends, till the next time. Peace, cheers, but most important, salute. Take care. See you guys.